All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rick Godley. We are at the Lincoln Parish Museum. It is 12:02. We have Abe Lincoln's birthday brunch going to be happening. Bill Cox is in the house. Magic show is going to be happening. Lady Chop's pop-up show. Back 40 band. Let's go in and look at Back 40 band. There's Bill Cox talking with Raymond Roberts. Back 40 band in the front room. They are tuning up. They are going to be here. Recitations, is that the word? Recitations, recitings of the Gettysburg Address. $5 goes to anybody that can do that. That is going to be, let's see here, we got people coming in. Let's get that camera. There it is. There's the camera where people will be. Oh, the dolls were upstairs. And so, Kaylin, are you still going to be the first one? Okay, at 12:15, we got, okay, 12:15. Kaylin Dowden is there. He's going to recite the Gettysburg Address. So let me get some cameras here in focus, if I may. And let's just get that camera in. See if that'll pick up.
Yeah, she's trying to get you. Don't say hello. You recognize that's Helen's voice. I don't do that.
I can't see it. I can't see. I can't put the lights closed. I can't see it.
We think about your trying to look back your question. Think about
It won't be long before he'll be fancy and
Oh, I know.
Did you enjoy it, Alan? Did you enjoy sitting there looking at magazines yesterday? I love it. I want to water, Alan. Well, I want to water. Oh, did you?
I'd feel better if you pull that knife away from me. Let me cut it one more time.
You're right, it's a 19.
Yeah.
Well, the house was built in 1960.
Lay that knife down. I'm worried with that knife. How many times did you cut my string in two?
3.
3 times. Now here's what I'm going to do. Is that about Sure. I listen to how guy I like to the other judges. Yes, that's which was I got them in my purse.
Make sure you get this.
Most of people from out of the aches and pains. If you wear it, well, that's around Ohio, isn't it? We have
I know.
Did you believe it?
Not really.
Take my word for it. They're still in you. I put you on, but there's one of
I know that one that I've received.
He's doing his magic show.
There are three places that ring fall through that string without cutting it on time or taking it off. Take that ring off. I want you to think of me a number between 1 and 5. Just a number. What?
3.
I'll take these 2 3s because you said 3. Now, the way this thing works, I'll let you go first. And then your dad.
Red, black, 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 black.
Your reds will be here.
Check 1 2. Okay.
Separate.
This is the Lincoln Parish Museum.
Red, black,
Abraham Lincoln's
black,
third
black,
birthday brunch.
red,
Third birthday
red,
brunch.
black.
Time is 12:19. We've got food. There's Kathy Cox in the background. You can see that's Bill Cox doing his magic. There he is. Bill
red,
Cox in the house.
black,
We encourage you to come on
black,
out. We will
red,
be here
black,
till
red,
2:15, 2:20.
black, red,
Back 40 band. Rusty Wilfong. We're going to have some jambalaya, 50th celebration. Here's Bill Cox.
You call all of these red. You call these few black. Y'all, let's see how they come in.
Oh, I got them all.
I got them all.
I got them all.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I missed them all.
I don't want you to. Well, look through there and find what you really like and just take it out. Well, are you gonna put it back in the desk? You know where that card is?
Somewhere close to the bottom.
I tried there.
Where is it named?
Somewhere close to the bottom.
Be truthful. Was this 10 of hearts your card? Or would you hand it out? So I'm gonna put the 10 hearts right here in your hand. I'm gonna put the next one out of the card. Was this your card? I'll take it off and put it right there. Put this one up on top of that. Is this your card?
People used to pull in his gas. They just think something was terrible. How much is that going to be? He'd say, oh, about a nickel.
That's good.
And he would charge us.
That's great.
Yeah.
you want to.
Okay. Well, and I taught for a long time. Yeah, and then
I got lost over it looked like this head probably would have touched the bottom of my knee. Probably would have. Scared. I was trying to get home.
I still see you. Yeah. No, I took the shoe drain, but then I took the shoe drain to the district after I
Good.
did the tag. They sent me to Ruston House for 2 years to start it. So I was on campus there. And it was always Or you may put 1 or 2 there. Oh, goodness.
All right, we are Lincoln's birthday party. I've got Lady Chops in the background there. All right, I think we're going to have our first reciting of, is he done? Is he done? Have somebody do the... of the Gettysburg Address. Gettysburg Address. Come on in. Kaylin's going first. Kaylin's going first here. Let me get the camera set up. There, you'll be right there. All right, we have a bone of contention. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. $5 for anybody who can recite the Gettysburg Address. There was a slight misunderstanding. Kaylin wanted to go first, and so I'm going to let him. But so I'm going to leave it up to the house.
I'm not going to look at it. It's just there in case I
$5. By the way, thank you all so much for coming out. For those that are watching live, we'll be here till 2:12 this afternoon. Bill Cox in the house with Magic Back 40 band in the Davis room, and then the Lady Chops is back in the Lincoln room. All right, so Kaylin Dowden's going to go first to recite the Gettysburg Address here on Lincoln's 3rd birthday brunch at the Lincoln Parish Museum and Historical Society.
Thank you, Rick. Everyone who came out today. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now, we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place. Nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate. We cannot consecrate. We cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Thank you.
As promised,
The $5 clear, clean, crisp for the recycling.
It has Lincoln on there, so Kaylin, job well done.
Make sure
There's
one there.
By the way, I have
$120 worth of these $5, so if anybody else wants to, we're going to have more reciting.
of the Gettysburg.
Alan, you want to do it? You ready? I got a name on it. Come on up here.
Dr. Alan Herbert's going to do one.
I'd like to do it Abraham Lincoln style. I don't think he read it.
Okay,
So,
okay.
but he did have a copy because he had made 4 copies of it. There was a rumor that he had composed it on the train coming down, but that's not true. He composed it all. I set the setting if I could. Louisiana Connection. The battle occurred on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th day of July 1863. And on the 2nd day of the battle, the Louisiana Plank and 7th, 8th, and 9th Louisiana Infantry came up Cemetery Hill and overtook the high ground on Cemetery Ridge. But my great-grandfather led the 9th Louisiana, but they dark caught them and they couldn't hold the ground. Over Gettysburg, and we all know the next day on the 4th of July, Lee was defeated, retreated back, never to invade the North again. Same day, Vicksburg surrendered, as did in Louisiana, Port Hudson, all on the 4th of July, 1863. So it was a change, a huge change in the Civil War. Up to that time, the Union had not had a victory. The Southern armies had beaten them every time. And I did have a family connection. My great-grandfather led that charge. So it wasn't. I don't think Lincoln actually memorized it. He wrote it. He took. There were no teleprompters, there were no recordings of what he said that day, but he did have a handwritten copy of his of the address that he gave, and it's certainly a memorial. So it goes 407 years ago. Conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. We are now engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on the great battlefield of that war, and we've come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives here. It is altogether we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground beyond what the brave men who struggled here have done. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but they cannot forget what he did here. It is rather for us to live it, to be dedicated to the unfinished work that they have thus far so nobly advanced. Before us, that these honored dead shall have should not have died in vain, and that this nation under God shall have a new birth of liberty, and that government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from the earth. That was Abraham Lincoln. Thank you. I'm gonna
There is
back to the
dedicated.
Thank you.
And Marion Stone. And cooked 93 one more. Huh?
I said I might forget.
All right, so Lee Aber, one more, and then more Bill magic tricks. Lady Chops is in the Lincoln room, and back 40s on the front porch. Close.
I looked and Googled it, the Gettysburg Address, and one thing I didn't know, there's another connection with Lincoln. It has a preface in here by Carl Sandburg, but this is the devotional Lincoln carried with him. And it's day by day, every month has a theme. It's a Bible verse and then a little poem after it. I'm going to leave it up here if anybody wants to look it over, if you're more involved. But don't take it home. But inside it was a bookmark. And when I read it, I'm going to tell you this is true. I was about halfway through and I started crying because it's so powerful. To me, it's like the Sermon on the Mount, especially it's just it's so eloquent. There's an extra word in it. It's just it's quite the speech. And like Dr. Herbert said, he did write it on the way there. I counted, we wanted to know how many words were in it. So I counted them, I counted 268. So then Linda said, let me count, she counted 267. So I'm sure there's 267 in 6 times in there where it says here. We are here, we are here. And I get it mixed up when here goes before the who, so that's, we're gonna have trouble there. And that was the other thing I wanted to say. I can't remember. But I'll go ahead and read it, or recite it, and hopefully get through it. Okay. And I can't quite read it the way Peggy did. I don't have that,
I'm just going to
read it, I'm just going to recite it.
Here we go.
7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the property.
Created equal. The Great Civil War.
We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We've come here to dedicate a portion of this field, the final resting place, for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men living and dead who struggle here are consecrated far above our power to add or detract. The world will little know, will long remember what we say here, but they will never forget what they did here. It is for us the living, rather, to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be dedicated here to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Lincoln said something in here that's not true. He said the world will little know nor long remember what we say here. That's not true at all. Right? Everybody remembers it. Everybody can recite the first bit of it and the last bit of it. But he was wrong there. But I'm going to leave this up here.
Here's your certificate of performance.
I gave you $5.50 in my account.
All right, we have plenty of food, cupcakes, and we can recite later on in
40 in the house.
And Lady Chop. So again, thank you all for coming out. And feel free to stay, walk around, look around, follow us up on Facebook there, please. And yeah, happy birthday, Abe.
Let's